Now you have to remember these pairs. That means, suppose if we rub a glass rod with a silk cloth, then the glass rod will always acquire a positive charge and the silk cloth will always acquire a negative charge. Similarly, if we comb our dry hair with a comb, if we use a comb for combing our dry hair, then the transfer of electrons will always take place from dry hair to comb. So dry hair will always acquire positive charge and comb will always acquire negative charge. Here we are using dry hairs. Why we are using dry hairs? Because if we use dry hair, then friction will be more, but if hair are wet, then friction will be less and transfer of electron will not take place. So for charging the comb or dry hair, we use dry hair. Third one is if we use a polythene piece and a wool, and if we rub wool with the polythene piece, then wool will always acquire positive charge because transfer of electrons will always take place from wool to polythene piece, right? And you can rub a piece of fur with ebonite rod. If we rub ebonite rod with fur, then the fur will always acquire positive charge and the ebonite rod will always acquire negative charge, right? So these are certain pairs you can remember. Okay, now we can solve a simple problem. Suppose a lady combs her dry hair with a comb. A lady combs her dry hair with a comb and the comb acquires a negative charge of 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb, right? Now question is, what is the charge acquired by her hair? Second one is, how many electrons are transferred and from which to which, right? So let us solve this question. So you know that the charge acquired by the comb is given to you, that is minus 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and from the property of charge we know that charge is conserved. That means it can neither be created nor be destroyed. Initially the charge on the comb and the hair was 0. Neither the comb was having charge nor the hair were having charge, so net charge on the comb and the hair was 0 initially before rubbing. But when we rub a comb with dry hair, the comb acquires a negative charge of this much and we cannot create a charge. So to follow this property of conservation of charge, the hair of the lady will acquire an equal amount of positive charge, so that total charge even after rubbing remains 0, right? So if comb acquires a negative charge of this much, then the dry hair of the lady will acquire a positive charge of equal amount. Now question is, how many electrons are transferred? Because the basic concept behind charging of any body is the transfer of electron, and when we rub comb with dry hair, then transfer of electrons, you know, that will take place from this table, that transfer of electron take place from dry hair to comb. And from the property of quantization of charge, we know that total charge Q on any body is the integral multiple of smallest charge E, right? So now Q, the charge on the comb, is given to you. It is minus 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb. Now you can find the N, number of electrons transferred right? So to find the number of electrons which are transferred, we can use Q upon E. So Q is this 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 9 Coulomb,